Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to today's video. As always, we will be picking apart, examining, and helping you move past the absolute big fat pack of lies that you have concocted in your own mind, which is stopping you get to exactly where you want to be. And you absolutely know, because you've been watching my videos, you've been listening to what I say, you know that what's going on up here is affecting all of this. Procrastination. The topic of today's video is procrastination. Now, of all of the things that I hear on a daily basis, not being able to get stuff done, talking a good game is massive. It's something that I hear every single day. You know that you need to do X, Y, and Z. If you consistently do X, Y, and Z, you know that the outcome will be absolutely fantastic. You know that your life will change immeasurably, yet you just don't do it. You sit and you contemplate, you think about it, but you don't actually do it. You know in your mind that if you do it, things will change, yet you don't do it. So let's look into it. Let's pick it apart. Let's examine it. Let's work out why this happens. And before we go any further, I can tell you this. I am not perfect. This is something which took me a very, very long time to overcome, yet I still find myself putting off certain things. You've heard me say an absolute ton of times that what matters is you do the work consistently, even when every fibre of your being is telling you not to do it. You've heard me talk a lot about the importance of identity. You've heard me talk on, hundreds of occasions about the importance of your own personal identity when it comes to achieving long-term sustainable transformation. You cannot solve the problems that you have with the same brain, with the same outlook, with the same patterns of beliefs and behaviors that created it. Procrastination is absolutely no different. I'm even going to push things that little bit further, and I'm going to tell you that procrastination isn't really a thing. There's no such thing. All procrastination, all you mean when you say I'm a terrible procrastinator, is you're not willing to do the work. So let's unpick it. Let's kind of flip it. Let's change it. Let's reframe things. Let's remove the emotion and look at it rationally. Procrastination is just you not doing what's required. It's that simple. So the aim of today's video is, number one, to help you realize that procrastinator, I'm a procrastinator, is just a part of your identity. It's how you label yourself. It's the same when people say I've got no motivation. It's the same when people say that they've got no willpower. It's the same when people say that they can't sleep. Your subconscious is listening. Your ego is self-righteous and wants to be right. And all it hears is your internal dialogue telling it, I can't sleep. I'm a terrible sleeper. I can't lose weight. I can't eat healthy. I can't stop eating junk food. I'm addicted to sugar. The more you tell yourself this, the more you validate your behavior. And it's these behaviors that are not getting us where we want to be. Procrastination is no different. The more times that you scream and shout from the rooftops that you are a procrastinator, do you know what? I'm a terrible procrastinator. Do you know what? I just procrastinate so much. So all you're doing is you are giving your subconscious, your ego, permission to behave like someone who procrastinates. You are giving yourself permission to not do the work. And when you realize that fire engine just absolutely flew past with the sirens going. When you realize that, number one, it's an identity that you have given yourself. That means that you can question that identity. That means that you can ask yourself far better questions, because when we make our unconscious decisions, when we move those to the front of our brain and we start being a little bit more conscious about the decisions that we make, we understand and we realize that every single decision has a compound effect, whether that's good or whether that's bad. Good decisions, bad decisions, all decisions compound over time. And the problem that we have is the decisions that we make that we know that aren't serving us, they tend to have some form of instant reward. Eating a piece of chocolate cake, eating another piece of chocolate cake, eating yet another piece of chocolate cake. You know that you're not supposed to be doing it, but fuck me, it tastes so good. Not going for a run in the rain. The instant reward for that is you stay nice and dry and comfortable on the couch. Drinking too much alcohol, drinking too much booze. The instant gratification of that is the hoo-hoo, is the giggles and the everything's great, and your perception of pain changes. Events don't seem as bad anymore. But then 2 to 3 days later, you are still suffering. So every single decision that you make compounds. Every single decision that you make, going for a run is not going to feel too good right now. Afterwards, it's going to feel fantastic. Moving further down the line, when your times are getting quicker, your distance is getting further, your effort, your rate of perceived exertion is completely changing. Not eating the chocolate cake consistently, and then your waist starts coming in. Getting more sleep. The instant gratification of not going to sleep means that you can watch another fucking bullshit Netflix program. If we flip that around, the delayed gratification of going to sleep, of prioritizing sleep, means that in the next few days, your decision making is going to start getting better. Your metabolism is going to start working, is going to start being more optimal, which means that you're going to burn more fat. Instant gratification, delayed gratification, compound effect of whatever decision that we make is going to get us exactly where we are supposed to be. So how can we combat this? Number one, we've spoke about, we're looking at your identity. Number two, we spoke about, we're looking at trying to make as many decisions as we can, conscious and not unconscious, thinking about what we are doing. Implementing some form of routine, some form of ritual, and some form of structure to your day to anchor onto. I am an absolute massive fan of a morning routine and an evening routine, bookending the day with certain activities to send a strong signal to your brain that this is how we are going to behave today. And yes, this does take discipline, but as you've heard me say 1,000 times, discipline makes life easier. Discipline does not make things harder. Discipline is not getting up at 3 o'clock in the morning and doing press-ups in the rain. Discipline is leaving yourself with one clear option and one clear path. It simplifies your life. So if we can implement some form of morning routine, getting up at the same time every single day, journaling, meditating, breath work, natural light, cold shower, exercise, if we can implement that at the beginning of the day, anything that we plan, anything that we structure, we are going to do. If we continue to wing it the way that the majority of people unfortunately do, you are literally going to get the same results. You're going to get wingy, sporadic, choppy results. You're going to lose a pound here. You're going to put 5 pounds on here. So I would say my 3 biggest tips, things that you can do today, actionable things that you can do. Number 1, get some clarity. I can't tell you how many people I speak to, clients, customers that come to me and they have like a wishy-washy kind of hazy goal that they kind of want to achieve. If you aren't 100% clear, if you don't have absolute clarity on how you want your life to look in the next 3 to 6 months, how on earth do you think that you are going to get there? If you don't know exactly what you want from life, physically, mentally, and emotionally, how do you plan on getting there? So we're looking at clarity. It's something that I'm fucking brilliant at doing with my clients. Help them gain crystal clear clarity on exactly what it is that they want to achieve in the next 3, 6, 9, 12 months, whatever the time frame. What is it that you want? When we have clarity, we can implement a plan. Without clarity, if we don't know where we want to go, if we don't know our destination, it's like putting your sat nav on the dashboard and just going, If we don't know where we want to go, how can we put together a structured, personalized plan, especially for you, to get you from where you are to where you want to be in the most time efficient manner? We can't. It's physically impossible. Clarity. Then we've got structure. So we've got a plan. Then we're going to look at planning. Implementation, intention. Get a pen, get a piece of paper. It works so much better than doing it electronically. Get a pen, get a piece of paper, write down what you want, write down how you are going to get there. There are numerous studies on the importance of actually planning and writing stuff down. There's even some studies that a lady that I was working with from Colorado a couple of years ago, she was a psychologist, a psychotherapist, and she was telling me that they'd done studies that if you write down what it is that you want to do, and it could be something as simple as, and this is what I do at the beginning of the day, I write down my list of things that I need to get done that day. I write down who needs me to get it done, whose lives am I going to impact? What's going to happen if I don't do this? My girlfriend, my kids are going to be affected by it. And then I write down at what time of the day I'm going to do each activity. Simply getting a pen and writing stuff down sends a strong signal to your brain that you intend to do this at this time. You are almost writing yourself a little contract. If you say, I think I want to get fit. I think I'm going to go to the gym a couple of times this week. You might go. You probably won't. If you get it down, if you open your diary and you write down Monday, Wednesday, Friday at 10 a.m, I'm going to go to the gym and I'm going to do this. The chance of you following through, so we move away from the fucking whole procrastination bullshit and we actually start getting stuff done. So we've got clarity. We have an actual plan. You would be so surprised at the amount of people that come to me telling me they've tried absolutely everything to lose weight, to feel better, to be a better father, a better husband, a better partner, to increase their business, to sleep better, to feel better. Yet when I ask them the specifics of what they've done, they've no idea because they wing it. They have no plan. With planning, we're going to look at physically planning. We're going to look at implementation, intention. If you can gain crystal clarity on what it is that you want, if you can put together a solid, time-tested, battle-hardened, proven system, plan, program, and then if you can implementation, intention, I don't know why I'm doing this, but I am. If you can then write that down, if you can then give yourself a solid structure for the day, procrastination will be in your rear view mirror and you won't even know that it happened because you are getting shit done. Hopefully this has helped. Hopefully, and do you know what, not my worry, because I don't really worry about it, but what I see is, because the information that I give you is so fucking simple, because the plans that I give my high-paying VIP clients, the people that pay me nearly $4,000 to work with me personally, the plans that I give them are so simple. The plans that I help the guys in my group programs put together are so incredibly simple that people just dismiss them. One thing I want you to remember, the most complex problems in the fucking world are always solved with the simplest of solutions. The problem with humans is we are always searching for the most complex answer, the most scientific sounding, complicated rituals, programs and structures. And we miss the simplicity that's right in front of us. We miss, you can't see the wood for the trees, is the saying. But the most complex problems in the entire fucking universe are always solved with the simplest of solutions. So do the simple things well. Hold yourself to a higher standard every single day, and I guarantee you will make more progress in the next 3 to 6 months as you have in the last 3 to 6 years. Hopefully that has helped you a little tiny bit. Hopefully it spurred you on. Enjoy the rest of your day, and I will catch you in the next video.